Good morning. Welcome to Mayor's Weekly, and we're pleased to be back with you today. Joining me again is Kathy Shamlis, our City Clerk, Chief Financial Officer, and Kathy and I talked about the subject that we're going to spend some time on this morning, and that's tax abatements. And in this week's council meeting, a significant tax abatement was made for Marjack Poultry. There's some coverage of that effort in our local paper this week, and I thought it probably made sense to maybe dig into this a little bit and talk about what we did for Marjack, the whys, the hows, what is the authority the city has to make such abatements. And Kathy has worked through many abatements in her long tenure here at the city, and certainly qualified to talk about this. But Kathy, the abatement that was made at the council meeting this week relates to a $15 million project at Marjack, and we know that is a substantial industry in our city, employing close to 1,000 people. This stacks on top of a $45 million project where we made a similar abatement for their refrigeration and freezer area, and that's about to wrap up, and this wastewater facility will get underway soon. But Kathy, talk a little bit about what we did and why we did it and the authority.
Okay, well, sure. You know, the first thing that we received was an application from the owners of Marjack requesting that the city abate the sales and use tax for their $15 million project. So they filled out an application, provided us a good bit of information about their project, gave us the drawings and any information we needed to assess the project. And so we do have an ordinance, and our ordinance does give the authority to abate sales and use tax on a project that will be providing employment and a project that exceeds $1 million.
Well, Kathy, when we say sales tax, I think probably the first thing that it conjures up in people's minds, well, I go buy myself a new coat or a car or whatever, I pay sales tax. And we were talking about sales tax, but how this benefits Marjack is there will be significant equipment that will be purchased to make this project a reality. And through this abatement, they can escape city sales tax on the purchase of that equipment. Is that right?
They can, all except the school tax portion. Right. Now, not only are they going to not have to pay city sales tax, they also applied to the state of Alabama for state exemption as well, and county taxes. So, and all that is provided for in the Alabama Code as it relates to industrial development projects.
Well, let's give an example. We collect 9.5 cents in sales tax in the city of Jasper. We know that a portion of that goes to county schools, which that can't be abated. Then Marjack, whatever agreement they strike with the state for an abatement, that's aside from us, isn't it? And
it is.
All that we can have oversight and authority is abating what, probably 3 cents?
Well, it's machines, so our machinery rate is less than 3.5 cents.
Yeah.
So, you know, our school is a half, so our machinery rate is about 0.875. So, you know, and that's certainly a savings to them, but the total abatement for this project, state, county, and city, was estimated to be about $350,000.
State, county, and
And
city.
city.
And so we're talking about Jasper, so a lot of that relates to the state.
it
We
do.
we have no participation in, no call in granting those abatements. Now, Kathy, the whys of doing such, and I've heard some criticism from time to time. Well, first off, this is money that's never crossed into our cash box, has it? I mean,
No, sir.
it's not like we're taking money that we've collected, sliding it back across the table. It's money we've never touched.
That's correct, and Mayor, what we look at too when we have one of these projects come in, you know, this is a $15 million equipment budget, but then on top of that will be all the engineering expenses and all the people that's going to have to be in place at that facility to build that project. So we're going to we'll see a economic impact from having that project going on within our city, just like we do with every new development, whether it's housing, whether it's redoing the Kmart building for Rural King.
Right.
And you definitely can see the impact of these type projects, even though we are exempting the sales and use tax on the equipment.
And Kathy, as we talked in the council meeting and the work session, there's a uniqueness of this project in that a poultry processing facility, not unique to Marjack, poultry processing in general, the wastewater that's generated in that manufacturing operation requires a different approach to refining, cleaning, whatever term you want, that wastewater, so it can be returned back to a local stream. The demands that wastewater puts on a wastewater processing system is so significant that it has consumed the capacity of the Jasper Water Works and Sewer Board to process that sort of wastewater. The result of that is Jasper Water Works and Sewer Board, they're good folks, they're friends, and we enjoy working with them. We're limited. If we had other industry that came to town that may have some sort of unique wastewater or whatever, we'd probably say, hey, we can't help you, you have to move on. As Marjack offloads from the Jasper Water Works and Sewer Board, then it frees up capacity for the Jasper Water Works and Sewer Board to take on other customers. And as we see it today in this city, there are many things on the drawing board that we need all the capacity we can have in waterworks and sewer board services, and so that puts us in a position to be able to grow if the opportunities come our way.
Certainly does.
That's right. So we wanted to touch on that, tell you the whys. Without question, it makes sense. Without question, it's beneficial to this city. And again, to have an employer that employs close to 1,000 people, the largest employer in this city, is so important to the economic health of this city. And we want to do that because as we grow, and there's some folks out there speculate that we miss revenue or whatever, but that can't be quantified, and all you can do is guess at it. But the revenues that come into this city are documented. We have audited financial statements. We know where it comes from. We do a very good job of projecting revenues. If you look at our numbers and our projections versus actual, they're always very close, aren't they, Kathy?
Mm-hmm. We try to be conservative with our budgets, but we generally pretty much know real close where we're at all times.
And what the two of us both like, our council like, is for actual to be greater than projections, and we've had
That's-
pretty good luck at that,
Yeah,
haven't we?
we have.
That's good. That's what we want. So pleased to have you with us this morning. If you have questions on tax abatements, we'd love to answer your questions and let us hear from you. If you have thoughts about that we miss revenue or whatever, we'd like to hear from you, how you quantify that, and we're always willing to learn. We look forward to being with you next week.